Hello, this is FG back with you for Anbennar with this is part 4, I believe, of our Rezankand campaign. We are continuing on with everything. We do want to rush towards adaptability because we do want that core creation cost. And we will pop assimilation program. What are we working on right now? Illusion, yes. Yeah, that's what we want. Alright, there goes our trader. That is unfortunate. Yeah, we'll take tech. In terms of institutions, Amion is still catching up. Yeah, we don't need a Karis right now. Combat width is 27. We want that infantry. No, we want the cavalry. Yes. Alright. These guys can drill. These guys can also drill for a little bit. Alright. Yep, we definitely want mill tech. And with that, we'll get large cast iron cannons. Want to make sure these guys are drilled to perfection. Yeah. Alright, so what else do we need? We need to do that. And we will eventually need to do that, but that is going to take a while. Our mage advisor has a skill of 3. How are we looking gov capacity wise? You know what? Let's build 1, 2, 3, and then we'll build another 5 carracks. Okay, education of the people. We're gonna be doing a lot of converting. Right. Excellent. Alright. Now we can go off of... what's it called? What was I thinking? Oh yes, we're converting these two over to Dawn Elf. So we have one less culture to accept. They kind of changed that so that the Dugui are the ones with the mushroom hats. Okay, I'm gonna have to pay those ones off. I want to protect trade in the dry coast. Of course, want ship trade power and go ahead and buy it. Oh yeah, private trade fleets. Yep. Take that. No, we do need tech. Okay. Grabbing those will work. Alright, we're converting the godless heathens. Alrighty. Yeah, the Nera, or whatever, doesn't really do much at the moment. What was I doing? Amion. There. Excellent. And here we can steal maps. Of nothing. We're near you uprising. March back there and get back to drilling. Nope, that's good. And we now get another ruler who is Calavendi again. That can get full court. Excellent. Pay off that loan, then we gotta pay those loans off. I have to do that so I can seize more land without making anyone upset. Take tech. Alright. And we want to declare for that. Alright. The attrition really is not that bad in that province. We can take all of the horses off. Here we can come right there, and we can also take the horses off, so that way we aren't taking horrific attrition. Alright. Yep. Alright. They are now all Dawn Elves. Excellent. Yes, we're doing great. Where'd I get those Fenrir Harpies? Oh, yeah, I threatened war. Duh. State Magical Thesis, hurrah! Let's do the Simulacra Reader. Yep. I think we are a split nation. Alright. Want to take all of these provinces. Alright. Nope. Yup. Nope. Alright. Alright, they can go sit right there. Go sit right here. Choosing sides. We first encountered the Neriu in our initial expedition to Taichend. A native Taichendi slave and peasant movement had taken our arrival as a sign of a new age. Suriel equated to the last elusive one, Neriu. The theology is mangled, but the ideas are there. The Neriu, like us, believe in the abolition of slavery, the ending of tyranny, but they are chaotic. Every cell or chapter has their own traditions, and the tenets and beliefs of the faith seem to be constantly changing, evolving, becoming more radical or conservative at random. And they seem to be far more bloodthirsty than many exemplars are comfortable with. Certainly born of Taichend, and there are perhaps some among us who are very wary of that indeed. Perhaps we need to think carefully about our relationship with them. The Neriu are a native Taichendi movement that have sprung up in the wake of our liberation of Taichend, capitalizing on our victories to convert their fellow Taichendi to their cause. On the surface, they seem just and righteous. Most of their followers are freed slaves, rural peasants, and farmers, the poor and downtrodden. And they share some of our values. They abhor slavery, serfdom, all tyranny, and believe that no expense can be spared fighting it. They want to radically reshape Taichend, uproot the cycle of warlordism. If we seek them out, they will be a valuable ally. But there are concerns. The Neriu are truly born of Taichend, despite how they freely wield Suriel's name. They treat chaos as a virtue, constantly debating and disputing and redrafting dogma and doctrine amongst themselves, democratically. That makes their violent outbursts even more uncontrollable, as they wrongly treat vengeance as justice, lashing out at any they believe their enemies. Many among us, including the Vaikazeli, see the marks of traditional Taichendi religion written all over their scriptures. Blame that for their popularity. They say they must be treated the same as traditionalists, militarily defeated, pacified, then shown the light of Suriel. And yet, that is exactly what the Neriu believe we will do. They think us interlopers like Amion, foreign colonizers here to impose a foreign truth. Every exemplar knows that is not true, so wouldn't the best way be to show that be to work alongside them, set aside their cultural quirks and fight side by side, and while doing so, correct their missteps? Undermine that radicalizing tendency, that love of chaos, that dangerous edge, and the disorganized concoction of their movement, increase the share of values we agree with. Make it palatable to drink, sanitize them. It will be difficult, but it may be well worth it. They are just as bad as the warlords. Yeah. I mean, their leader, their eventual leader, Silver Spite, is a butcher, so... I think he's supposed to be loosely based on Eren from Attack on Titan. Eren Yeager. I am performing in a play. Day of the Lion. Yeah, do that. Alright. Got one more big loan to pay off. Now we're looking just fine. We want to take admin tech because we are super far behind. We're caught up on everything else though. Which is good. Take that tech. Theater of Simulacra. Surprising, because you've been so busy with the duties as High Priest that you've hardly had time to practice for your lead role, and yet the mage rushed upon you as he did before. My grace! I thought you'd left to freshen up. Back so soon? As you can see, the mage concludes, you've really been a wonderful partner. I couldn't pull this off without you. I mean, money. Yep. Are there any good buildings? Yeah, we have a few. Right. After those cores are done, it will be time to fight. Excellent. Trade ideas. Tech-wise, Tech 11 versus Tech 14. Let's go with 10. What is that? Nera. Alright. Wait, let me take this guy back. Shadows in the night. Okay, we can work on that for the moment. Those guys do need an admiral of some sort. Take that for the... what's it called? Who aren't you? Alright. Advancement. We are together. Me. Spellbook, Conjuration. Those modifiers again. Fort maintenance. Yeah, we don't really need that. Power and protection. Even so, they are our gang. Yeah, I'll take that. Don't particularly care to get our current trait as a permanent buff to our nation, so... really, no, we want to switch this out. They can siege while these guys go fight. Quartz cost, that's a big expense when you need it. Is that a stack wipe? It is a stack wipe. Excellent. Alright, so what we want is... definitely all of these to get rid of those forts. And then... get all that. Yep, basically one ginormous, what's it called? One ginormous border grab. And if we want to build a whole bunch of tax buildings, or Neri is still coming along. body. It's a creepy one. Yes, I have. Also, Jesus Christ, how splitting the soul. Alright. Okay, this can get converted over to Dawn Elf, so we have pretty borders, pretty culture borders. Alright. Alright. Actually, no, let's switch that up. They can march that way. Stack wipe. Evocation enchantment. Alright, that is right. There goes my... Alright, excellent. And we're also at war with Dayon. I'm gonna see if I can siege down their capital and just simply annul their alliance with Aeon. Withered Garden. Nope, nope. Okay, we do have a Discipline Advisor. But this one's half off, so we're just gonna take that instead. Alright, Dayon! Get rid of that alliance. Give me money. Give me 4 reps instead. Catch some shut-eye. Alright. Are you willing to surrender? You absolutely are not, you fucking asshole. Skill 3 for half off. Yeah, it's too much free Diplo. Be leaving on the board. Alright, now can I do... Okay, we're gonna wait for that then, because I do want to pop that. That shouldn't take too long. Yep, marching down there, get down this way. Neglectful gardener, yeah, I don't care. Alright, Dayon, Amion, money, 4 reps. Okay. March north, Cedar, Simulacra, yep. Okay. to resist the urge to hit that button. I also realized what I just did, but it's fine. Yep, take that one. Oh, where's my fleet? Right there. Alright, so we do need 200 mana. How much are we making per month? Okay, we do not take that. We take that, though. And then we go like this. Alright, do that. Thank you. Hello, I'm the tenor. So our capital needs a mage tower. Is this our capital, right? No, it is. That button, that. How long will that take? Advancements, Theater of Simulacra. Keep going. The play must be perfect. ARPA Fighter does not want out. Right behind every corner. Alright. Take that. What's our current title? High Priest. Still a High Priest. And... yeah, secretive is a bad trait. Oh, we can actually sit right there. That's not a problem. Brent and Wesdam can be my rivals. And then we want to do that. Alright. Splitting the Soul Assimilation program is going for a while. That's probably not happening. That's probably not happening. Oh, yeah, we can do that. I contain a multitudes. Oh, died of old age. Alright. I do want to roll for a good trait. Oh, exactly what I was looking for. Enter the Theater of Simulacra. Enter the Room of Magical Secrets. Attend the performance on discipline. Alright. And... Alright. Yeah, we'll take the tax modifier. Judge settles dispute. Alright. Okay, we have the Yampidir. Do them. That's 3 of 6. Exemplars charge. Okay. Is in the FLI super region. So I need 3 more provinces. Alright, we can do that. No, you don't want that. This is what we're looking for. As well, our brothers join us. Ekazelli. Treasures of Aelantir. The exemplars. Do I have discipline? Alright, that's good. Some of the familiars. Bow and wave. Alright. That is... Alright. That's too much. It'll only ever be colonial range. Suspicious. right. Take that, and we will get the... yeah, I'll do that. They annex those guys. 11 years. Oof. Alright. Espionage, Divine? I don't know, Divine is kind of memey. What do we get for that? Okay, nothing interesting. Let's go with quality. That is... okay, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, and we want to declare for that. Guilty treasurer for half off. I'll take that. How many provinces do I need? 3. Can't be in the dry coast or severed coast. Alright. Excellent. So now I want to upgrade that. Here we want 2, 3. That. And we want to go ahead and actually rest them up. These guys can get mothballed for a bit. Yeah, I should probably colonize that. These guys can protect trade in the dry coast. Alright. We now have nice, pretty culture borders. Eventually we'll need to go fight them. 7,000 free manpower, heck yeah, that's like several years. Magic in warfare. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, we want that. We don't. We'll take that. Yeah. Do I still have simulation program? I do. I guess that means exemplars, magi. Do we have? Not. Alright. Additionally, we want to start getting some more full cores. Let's actually get someone other than Aris. 29 combat with. Yeah, we want the extra regen. Alright. Adventurers wipe out the cult. Ursenu. Alright, I did not realize that was going to be so many places. Alright, I need to... you know, these guys can actually get him. Then we take that one. They can get locked up like that. 649. Scaris can simply rebellionism. Right. Oh, Everthil flipped to that. Okay. Fewer rebel provinces than one. Missing something? Just need a month to... Okay, just needed a month. Alright. Extra free money. Alright, we now have 13. What the hell are we hunting that has ivory here? Cracks in the tower. 136. Okay, so that one has... Okay. Provinces we're probably going to want to develop are... This one... all power costs. That's that. No, fuck you. Get the mushroom forest. Excellent. Alright. There's our master recruiter. Tree making. I'll take the discipline guy. Tier adventures, clerical advisory council. Okay. Clerical ministers. We'll take aristocratic counselors and commercial advisory board. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, I was supposed to upgrade those ships. Alright. There, and there. Then we colonize this. Alright, and then go back to drilling. Expand temple, right? Yeah. This is probably better for the flavor. And they can march back. We again need to take Tech 15. Alright. Garden. Yeah. Okay, that should be enough money. After they're done. Refits, they can go that way. Okay, we have all of them accepted. Skill 3 for half off. Oh, need it. Oh, Elizabeth formed the Phoenix Empire, and they are currently beating back the Jad. Full Jad Empire collapse. So I guess they lost to the Deniraj or the Nadiraj. And probably Elizna on the other side, I suppose. Long-term investment, working. Okay, that can come off. And we can do encourage development here. Alright. Now, stop doing that, and bring them over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Right. 5 regiments of infantry. Okay. Alright. So we have 20,000, 40,000. Alright. Oh. Or does that work? All provinces. Do we have... No. Oh, that works too. Enter the Theater of Simulacra. Attend the performance on Zealotry. Province is not. Just 5 regiments of infantry. Wait, let me check something. Okay, so that is the FLI. Ordinary you. Nope, got him cheap. You guys can get a Scaris. Okay, yes, this is what we want. Five there, and then we want... Then we want 1 infantry from here. Okay. Okay, so 6,000 there. It's incorrect. We need to send 5,000 there. Make an head that way, and then we can do Whispers of Doom. Brooding and vast, the Ephelite jungle lies like a suffocating corpse veil over much of Rezankand, burying the remains of the precursor civilization under that unchecked growth of its green mass. While the deep-rooted dread with which the Onoi of the Dreaded Coast regard this vast verdant realm has initially been discarded as superstitious folly, even the most battle-hardened exemplar cannot deny the pervasive unease taking hold of them soon after they begin to move beneath its gloomy canopy. Some even whisper that it is the jungle itself that is aware of every intruder and seeks to either expel or consume them. Alright. So these guys can head that way. And we will go ahead and take that for Caradier's legacy. Alright. Islai Vakazelli. Okay, so we do need this to be encouraged development. This happen. Nope. Fine. And then we want to build a whole bunch of production buildings. And then here we do need to develop these to 6. Boran, Jungle Mouth. Jungle Mount, Central FLI, Ugot's Tail, Rockfall Jungle. The fuck is... What's that last one? Ah, that one. And we can do... This needs to be 4, 4, 4. Now it goes all the way up to 6. Alright, how am I looking as far as that? I think we're going to prevent the Khmer Calls of War. Much longer till that truce is up. 93. Alright. Yeah, I'll take that off. Orcish ambushers. Am to piss off. Yes. Should build 2 forts here. Sure, you can do that. Build one right there. No, we'll just do Magi loyalty. Okay, so we have a bigger army than them. Okay, so we will get there. Yep. And do that. We are currently the number 4 overall power, and we still have a whole lot to devour. To the state. Yep. And we will need there. Okay, so we got 2 done. Then we can get that one. Can we accept the lot? No, we cannot, because we do not have power necessary. Alright. And we can build a few barracks. Declare war for this. Okay. As far as illusion, Shadows in the Night is 100. We want to save 200 for Lead the Crowds, because that will help a lot. Do they have... Okay, they have... Embrace colonialism. Tech-wise, Tech 14 versus Tech... Okay, they've caught up tech-wise. However, we should absolutely still trounce them just because of our psychotic quality. Okay. Actually, I will put Scaris there. I'll give them this general. Yeah, about 10 to 1 casualties, roughly. Yep, that. Send that colonist. Send them there, there, there. Right. Do that, that. Casualties looking like we've taken 12,000 due to attrition. Yeah. Here. They can go there. Right. And then I can do that one. An Elf of Extremes. The existential dread felt by those living in the viridescent shadow. Actually, what am I doing? Grab this. And I'm gonna try and see if I can threaten a war for that province. Me steal maps of Devon. Alright. I need to start retreating up here. Or not retreating, but moving to the north. Alright, that comes off. Diplotech cost, it's always good. Alright. Yeah, let's actually take that one because he has a slightly better maneuver. Okay, and we can build those. Couple government buildings. Trade goods. Okay, we want this. Does that grab... Okay, Okay, that grabs all of the, what's it called? Precursor relics. Day of the Sheep. Alright, Tolerance of True Faith is good. Is this guy a wooden waller? RS. Alright. Is any on free? Yes, they are. What's the culture looking like? Dagobin, Kaobin. Alright. Looks like there is still a section they haven't managed to convert. Alright. And we will send Horus with his army north. Our brothers join us. Alright, fine. Scaris will teleport himself over there. To slaughter these godless heathens. There goes the Commandant. Really need to invest every ducat I get. Merchants do I have? 3. Yep. Good. These guys need that. Okay, head that way. How many? 600. Economic growth is good. Let's get on that. All colonized. Surely they can't. Okay, yeah, they're done. And then we do this. And now we can click Lead the Crowds. Alright. Kara. Take that too. These guys need to mosey on over. Alright. Okay, so that does Central FLI. Alright, we are slowly pushing these godless fucking heathens out of our nation, and then we will do... Okay, that's full chord. Yep, full chord. An elf of extreme. The existential dread felt by those living in the viridescent shadow of the FLI for generations after generation is something that can only be imagined but never truly felt by outsiders. And while others might not grasp the depth of despair and helplessness felt by those seeing their loved ones snatched away by seed thralls, and even worse, becoming seed thralls in turn, they can surely comprehend how such a history of unrelenting hostility might ignite a profound hatred for all things FLI and those surviving its depredations. One such individual is Idras, an imposing exemplar born from a Donnell father and a Lai mother who lost both of her parents to the voracious appetite of the blooming jungle. She has welded a ragtag group of Donnells of Lai and Unoi descent, united only by having suffered the same fate, losing their families to the Seed Thralls, into a new holy order, the Order of Avengers. Their mission is sanctioned by Ikaris himself, is to fend off the Seed Thrall raids and to raid the jungle in turn, always searching for the root of the malignant entity holding sway over the Inimasal jungle. Idras herself has been proclaimed Herald of Vengeance and was entrusted with the Wishblade Zalagnir to carry out her holy mission. So we get the Order of Avengers there. Alright. Looking good. Eventually we will need to go fight or rent. But not today. Okay, this has a level 4. Good. Go ahead and improve the capital. Okay. Sometimes the chaos of Teichen, an exceptional individual arises who believes they can overcome the rest, becoming the ultimate warlord. They fight, conquer, hundreds of thousands die. Even if they win, their realm never lasts more than a century. Aelantir the Defiant was the last of these great failures, and now we are near his home city. One last charge is all we need, and the agents of the dark will soon be swept away. The Orinariu is advancing too, however, with the memories of tyranny and enslavement in their eyes, the dreams of bloody vengeance in their hearts. We must be careful, lest the forces of disorder tarnish Order's final steps. The exemplar commander stepped forward, put his arm out. Not another step. The Orinariu's high Cavacol scoffed in response. Or what? They were covered in blood, scrapes, bruises. The entrance to the surrounded city citadel sat behind them. To the mines, where so many slaves had perished, to Ravan's population, sheltered from recrimination. The exemplars would not harm them, but for the Orinariu, we have a right to justice, to deal unto them what they have dealt to us. The commander grimaced. This is not justice, Cavalal. That is revenge, all to suit your own desires. Not do what is right. The Cavalal put his hand on his hilt. Our own desires, is that what you say? We have shed blood just as much as you have to take the city, and for a century before that, our blood has been shed by Irvan's hands. But oh, back in Bulwar, I'm sure you all make nice when murder is done. Sweet words and reconciliation, but you are not in Bulwar anymore. Here we do not forgive so easily. The Vikazeli officer and to the commander's side stepped forward in rage. Do not presume, brigand. We know the pain just as well as you do, but we will never give in to the dark impulses of our forefathers. Then the Cavalal really did draw a sword, as did the Nehru behind him. Dark impulses? This is not impulse, you treacherous hound. This is the decree of the righteous. Eat well through tyranny's sword and die by liberties. We are Techendi. We do not shy away from rising to what must be done. But at last the herald arrived, cut through the debate with reinforcements and judgment's voice. And must this be done? He turned to the commander. What happened, General? They want to storm the citadel, put those within to slaughter. The herald looked to the warring Nehru, all bloody, exhausted, and wounded. They had lost many in the assault, fought with such ferocity. It would not take kindly to being denied. It would be difficult, but rising to what must be done was not a Techendi value alone. Alright, so we will actually... Where is Irvond? Right there. We will actually put Scars in charge of them. They can take... Okay, let's head there. We do need to convert these. You know what? I'm going to assume that we'll purge those sooner or later. We must keep to our ideals. I really would prefer that admin. Can we accept the lie? Unfortunately, not. Can do that, though. We'll spend a little bit of time doing that. Seize more land. Yeah, we can improve with the Phoenix Empire. The homeland. As we liberate Taichend and South Aelantir from the darkness. Alright. They've drilled for a little bit. Get that done with. Subcontinents. Next we will need to grab all of those. Wait, did Ornam? Oh, damn, Ornam's beating them. Now it makes sense. We've kind of cut off their main source of expansion and money. Excellent. And still no loans. Still doing fine on gov capacity. However... Okay, that's fine. Need to improve this. And who is here? Amion. Alright. Alright. My brothers join us. Good. Tyrannical nobles, sure, accept it. Alright. Yeah, it's fun. Alright. FLI hub. FLI, yeah, eventually we'll need to burn that damn jungle to the ground. Exemplars, Firebringers. Avengers or Judgers. Yeah. Nope, he's shit. Well, you know what that means. I assume we're gonna get Order of Firebringers in a little bit from that FLI event. Five FLI hubs. It's 1, 2. Alright. How many transports do I have? Not many. Alright, excellent. We want tech. Yes, we do want tech. Right, excellent. Another garden. Okay, head right that way. And we want to build a whole bunch of dockyards. Whispers of Doom. Oh shit. Yeah. For many of his peers, the northern jungle was a foreboding realm of unknowable threats hidden beneath the verdant canopy. But Triodil cherished the strange beauty of this place, the sheer, vibrant vitality assaulting his senses every waking moment. The riotous coloration of the jungle plants, the myriad fragrances wafting in the humid air, and the strangely harmonious cacophony of birdsong and animal noises echoing from deep within this verdant labyrinth. His lack of antipathy was likely one of the major contributions to his success as a Semkisu trader, providing the plantation set up on the outskirts of the vast jungle with all of the amenities found on the civilized shore of the dry coast in return for their harvest of precious Semkisu herb. Steeped in hot water, then traditionally served in a gourd, the herb leaves were a basis for the wildly popular kisu drink that had largely replaced tea or coffee as the drink of choice in Rezankand. Triandil had undertaken the current trip many times before, and the horses of his small caravan found the path almost on their own. And yet, with each passing moment, a strange unease arose within him. At first, he was tempted to discard it as a mere superstitious folly. But with the usually so boisterous jungle fallen strangely quiet, a terrible sense of dread began to pervade his every thought. When finally his wagon passed the final turn and the plantation lay before him, he exhaled a deep sigh and allowed himself a moment of hope that his apprehension was unfounded. Yet as the moment passed on their approach to the main building of the plantation, he was keenly aware that no workers tended the field, no overseer came forward to greet them. At the gates of the main courtyard, he bade the wagoners to stop and continued onwards on foot with only a handful of his caravan guard. Stepping into the main courtyard, the mystery of the missing plantation workers were solved. All but Triandil would have gladly chosen ignorance over the sight that greeted them. A pile of dismembered and decomposing corpses, with many appearing as if half devoured, mixed with the remains of the livestock, was all that was left of a once thriving plantation community. The next hours and days only left tenuous marks on his memory. Scattered impressions of a breakneck flight and eerily rhythmical noises chasing them out of the jungle. Worst of all, the corpses infiltrated by green tendrils starting to twitch at his hesitant approach. Alright. Okay, so... Yep, that's great. How do we burn? I am going to just... Currently we have 1, 2, 3... And then there is one right here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a thing. Has this gotten... Doesn't need... Converted cord... Alright. Or vintage. Enter the theater of simulacra. Let me see if I can earn this. Okay, that's not doing anything. Conversions are going well. Excellent. Additionally, I want invisibility. Okay, this needs development. How many does it need? 5. Alright, that's good. 2 there, 3 there. That's done. Okay, not all of these need forts. Back down, get rid of that fort. Okay, I do like this fort line. I'm gonna build one here. The FLI will burn 10 artillery. We want these guys right there. Alright, never mind. Guess I'll take out manpower, or take out a loan, and build up to force limit, because I don't feel like fighting that. We can do... What is it? Control... Control... It's 20,000, and then we'll do... A line will burn, and then we want to add 2 cannons right there, cannons right there. What's the what's their problem? Do they just have like... Okay. Okay. Do they just, like, not realize how fucking huge I am? Like, I'm not a small nation. Burn the FLI hub. Oh, never mind. Shattered Sun. The movement of Orinariu started with dreams of a revolution. Millenarian tide sweeping across Tachend and remaking the world. In spite of many setbacks, they held true to that hope, fought and died for it, struggled with all their might, all suicidal, no matter the odds. Courage the Tachendi spirit could conjure. But help from abroad was not forthcoming, and their message and reputation at home became tarnished by their failures. Things turned against them. One by one, their disparate cells had been vanquished. Once the linchpins of the Ordinary network were destroyed, the faith fragmented. Most of the High Kalavati were dead, or else cut off, cowering in the dark. The remnant princes, alongside those few figures still prominent enough to lay claim to any higher title, are shadows of their former selves. More of their supporters slipping from their hilltop communities by the day. The Ordinary are near dead, and dying fast. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. There will be no Vesha the Trickster for them. No climactic, immense struggle for a better world. Just a slow, terminal dissolution to the pages of history. A footnote, wielded sometimes to show just how the Tachendi could never choose another path. Not really. Just another Tachendi peasant revolt. And now it's over. Alright, did we get... Alright. Religiously, these guys suck. Affecting the method. Material is similar to vines. Alright, they can deal with them. We want to send these guys that way. Walking trees migration. Alright. Yeah, we'll do that. Do that. Okay, thank God we grabbed it. Select a mission. On enemy fleets here. Alright, send them that way. Hubs are burned. Excellent. Alright. Actually, yep, take this guy, and we'll take this army here. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Spelled 10 transports or something. I think I've had an army over in this section of my nation in like 50 years or something. Yes. One being Donnell. Alright. It's time to send these guys this way. Come on, man. Alright. I'd say we did pretty well. Alright. And we'll send these guys there. You know, I'll put another 5 galleons in. Gofira. Where's Gofira? Yep, it's fun. What are they attacking for? That province. Yeah, alright. And we can do a whole bunch of buildings like that. Excellent. And we're beginning to get towards a point where we're going to need more gov capacity. Not quite yet, but beginning to get there. We're challenged, whatever. Come on, just let me get it. God damn it. Alright, we have fleets, we have armies on standby. It's fine. Alright. Thing is, for us, even our light ships fight pretty dang well. Yeah. Right. Hey, we grabbed their flagship. Suck it, nerds. Alright, what can we get? Mage shields, war games, Runeshapers. Yeah, we want that. Okay, we don't need that. Alright. And I can... Oh. Where's your boss? Yes. I have been very focused on that war, so I've not taken stuff in a while. Foreign goods production. How much longer till the truce is done? 5 more years. Right. Right. 10 artillery. Burn a hub. Alright. How about with 30? Heavy weapons, alright. Alright. Yep, we'll do that. Pushing west. Man. Development due to humans. Sure, I'll take that. That as well. Jungle critters on the outside. Okay, what's the buff I get for... Okay. That... There, 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 there. We need to develop something. Let's do this. Glass is a great trade good. Take that though. Alright. Still have this terrible, terrible ruler. Exceptional year. Alright. It's done with. Hub is burned. Alright. Man, I fucking hate the FLI. Jesus Christ. How many years? 3. So I was to declare war on them. XOS would join, which means I could grab this. Alright. Let me go back to building a spy network. Damn, we've really fallen down the what's it called? Oh, that's where global trade spawned. Fallen down the leaderboard. Right. And then we need to go do that. Okay. It's burned 3 FLI hubs. Use more land. Yep, take the admin. Oh. Gotcha. Alright. Build a university in Rezankand. Alright. You know, I'm not sure I'm actually going to be able to burn the FLI. Oh. Damn. Is there any way for me to get a colonist? Did I get one from the Age? Let me check. Alright, yeah, we are gonna have to colonize that then. But I think it's probably where I'm gonna leave this episode. We've conquered quite a lot. We're still working on just grabbing as much of Amiens as we possibly can. With less success than I would have hoped, but it's alright. Alright. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and have a good day.